world-famous Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood, where the presentation of the 17th Annual Academy Award is already underway. The Blue Network of the American Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, presents this Oscar parade from Hollywood for the next hour. This is Hollywood's greatest night, the moment when the motion picture industry honors its own members for their achievements in 1944. And tonight, for the first time in the history of the Academy Awards, scenes from the nominated pictures are being shown along with scenes of the film stars, and the roles that won them the nomination for the highest honor that the film industry can bestow. Motion picture commentator Buddy Twist will explain the scenes which are not easily identified over the air. Now, it is my privilege to present to you the president of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, the noted film producer, Walter Wange. Mr. Wange.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the award in the first half of the program are now gathered backstage waiting to receive them. For this ceremony of the actual presentation, I have the honor of calling upon Bob Hope.
Thank you very much.
Bob, before you give out the award,
Yes, Sir Walter.
I have a presentation of my own to make. For your long and distinguished services as a member of the Academy of Arts and Sciences of our industry, I have been delegated by the Board of Governors to make you a life member.
Oh,
Bob?
that's real. Well, are you kidding? How about this? Thank you very much, Walter. A life member, huh? Every year they give me a consolation prize, isn't it? No, but that's really wonderful. That's swell. Life membership. Now I know how Roosevelt feels. It's a nice thought, even if you don't live that long. You know it does. Anyway, I want to tell you, I'm very thrilled to be here once again, ladies and gentlemen. See what excuse they give me this time. This is Bob, Academy Award Hope. You know, hope, what you all had when you came here tonight. But isn't this a great gathering tonight of stars, producers, and directors? It's really wonderful. I'm not going to introduce any celebrities. You all know who you are. But it's a great, great crowd, and Gypsy Rose Lee is quite impressed by the crowd. She told me there were more celebrities here tonight than she could stick a shake at. We're holding the affair at Grauman's Chinese here in Hollywood. I never knew until tonight this was a theater. For years I thought it was where Darryl Zanuck had his laundry done. and it's informal dress here tonight. In fact, they only had to send Crosby home twice. Finally got shoes on him. Yes, sir, and there's one lovely star here wearing a beautiful dress with no back and no shoulder straps. I couldn't figure it out either. But this is quite an occasion. I don't know if everybody's nervous or not, but there'll be a short intermission while the ushers sweep the fingernails out of the aisle. And it's very easy to look around the audience and pick out who the contenders are. They're the ones that look like they're listening for their draft numbers. It's a great night, one of our really nervous nights here in Hollywood, and of course there was the usual scream of frame-up politics, but nobody paid any attention to me. Price and Waterhouse are the firm which tabulates the votes for these awards, and I can vouch for their honesty and integrity. That's back this morning. Price and Waterhouse. I made a slip there. The California Chamber of Commerce asked me to refer to them as Price and Sunporch. I'm very sorry. And we've had a little labor trouble. It's right there. I said it. We had a little labor trouble here in Hollywood this week, and it was quite a sight watching men walk out of Warner's and galloping out of Republic. I understand when John L. Lewis heard about it, he arched his eyebrows, and 4 pickets and an ultimatum fell out. That gag had fallen out of my mouth before. But it was a wonderful sight watching all the studio heads looking out of their windows at the pickets and singing, "Don't Fence Me In." And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll present the Oscars. Will Basil Rathbone kindly step forward and lead the sneering? For the benefit of the air audience, earlier this evening, some of the winners were already announced, and I'd like to present the awards in these classifications. For one real short subject, the winner is Who's Who in Animal Land, Paramount, Jerry Fairbanks. Give Mr. Fairbanks right here.
Awful glad to be here.
Thank you, Mr. Fairbanks. Just take your stuff, and there you are. Congratulations. For 2 real short subjects, the winner, I Won't Play Warner Brothers, Gordon Hollingshead, right here. You've been here before, yes? Yes, sir. There you are. Thank you. For short subject cartoons, Crosby's getting our award in this classification. He's turned out plenty of short subjects. Hiya. The winner is Mouse Trouble, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, Frederick Quimby. Frederick Quimby. Come on, Frederick. How are you? Glad to see you. For Mouse Trouble, huh? For science, I wonder why he took a good look at me. For scientific or technical achievements to Stephen Dunn and Wallace Wolff. Stephen Dunn and Wallace Wolff. You did it together, huh, fellas? For best achievements in film editing. That's wonderful, a film editor. That's a guy who takes a tree grows in Brooklyn and prunes it down to a dead bush in Pomona. A statuette to Barbara McLean for Wilson. They're just coming on here and just taking these Oscars and saying thank you. For best achievements in sound recording. And right here, somebody should say a nice word for the guy who did the job for Sinatra. Imagine that. I mean it. Doing a recording of a voice when you can't even see the body. Isn't that wonderful? Statuette to E.H. Hansen for Wilson. Mr. Hansen. Thank you, Mr. Hansen. For best achievements in special effects, the winner, Arnold Gillespie, will accept for 30 seconds over Tokyo. That's good. Keep right up with the Blue Network, you know. Very kind. Fine, Mr. Gillespie. Fine. You can make a fortune here tonight selling silver polish, you know. For best scoring of a musical picture to Morris Stoloff and Carmen Dragon for Cover Girl. Right here. Thank you. Thank you, Sean Lee. For best music... Where are we now? I'm lost. For best music score of a dramatic or comedy picture to Max Steiner for Since You Went Away. Max Steiner. Max Steiner standing. Thank you very much. For best achievements in art direction on black and white film to Cedric Gibbons and William Ferrari for Gaslight. Right here. Thank you. Very happy to have you.
How about Ferrari?
Ferrari? Well, what is this fella doing here? Just a second. Don't leave with that loot before we sign up. Well, you got it? Are you standing in for Ferrari?
No, for Willis.
Huh?
For Willis.
For Willis, huh? Oh, yes. Well, where's Ferrari here?
He's not here. I'll take it.
Well, wait a minute. Just a... Would it be wonderful if there was one left over? right. Leave your address at the door. You may need Jerry Giesler before the night's over. A certificate of merit for the interior decorators of the production receiving the award for art direction. Imagine that, giving a certificate to the interior decorators. What a sneaky way to break up a picket line tonight. The award goes to Edwin Willis. What happened? Got a sandwich board on already. For best achievements in art direction on color films, the statuette to W.B. Enon for Wilson. Like what? Mr. Little, too? Really? There you are. Wait. Oh, I see. That's a certificate of merit for the interior. Another interior decorator?
Thank you.
Where's he? Outside? Huh? Okay. You've confused me, old boy. For distinctive achievement in documentary production short subjects. For distinctive achievement in documentary production short subjects. You think that's something? Later, adverbs. And the winner, with the Marines at Tarawa, accepted by General Julian C. Smith of the U.S. Marine Corps. On behalf of the gallant men who gave their lives to make this picture possible, I thank you. Fine, General. Thank you very much, General. That's the man who was there, helped make that film, by the way. For distinctive achievement in documentary production features, there's another one. Isn't that beautiful, huh? For distinctive achievement in documentary production features. If we could get a boy and girl in there, we could sell it to Warner Brothers. The winner, the Fighting Lady. Mr. de Rosemont will accept for 20th Century Fox. The Fighting Lady. Congratulations.
Thank you very much on behalf of everyone connected with the production of The Fighting Lady. It was a proud privilege to make this film from the marvelously exciting material provided by the Navy. I know that I speak for all hands concerned when I propose that this award properly should be presented to the Navy itself. The Honorable Artemus L. Gates, Assistant Secretary of the Navy for Air, and Admiral DeWitt Clinton Ramsey, the Chief of the Bureau of Aeronautics, are on the West Coast inspecting naval installations and are here tonight as a guest of the Academy. I suggest that they come up on the stage and accept the award for the United States Navy.
Admiral Ramsey and I thank you, Mr. de Rosemont. The Navy is appreciative of this recognition of the achievements of the greatest naval air force in the world and is grateful to you and 20th Century Fox for a brilliant production of which our whole service is proud. Before this distinguished audience, I would like to pay my personal tribute to the actors of The Fighting Lady, her officers and men, the pilots and air crewmen whose courageous contributions to our war efforts will be an everlasting inspiration to the generations of Americans to come. Admiral Ramsey, as the Chief of the Bureau of Aeronautics, I give this plaque into your charge.
Thank you, Mr. Gates. I can only add that the work of everyone who had a part in bringing The Fighting Lady to the screen is typical of the untiring efforts and the splendid cooperation of the entire motion picture industry.
Are you going out there or back here? Thank you very much, Gates and Admiral Ramsey. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now see on the screen the nominations for the best song of the year. Here's the film.
Here's our first film on the air. The song, I Couldn't Sleep a Wink Last Night. And Frank Sinatra is the singer, number one.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night because we had that silly fight. I thought my heart would break the whole night through. I knew that you'd be sorry, and I'm sorry too.
Sweet Dreams, Sweetheart from Hollywood Canteen. It's sung by Joan Leslie.
Oh, that lovely day till then, sweet dreams, sweetheart.
Now I know from Up in Arms, Dinah Shore sings it.
Where I go, walking round in a wonderful glow. There's a lot that I'm not come to find, but this feeling I feel must be love.
A Dolly song, and of course Judy Garland.
Ding, ding, ding went the bell. Ding, ding, ding went my heart sings. From the moment I saw him I fell.
I'm Making Believe, sung by Lynn Barry.
That you're in my arms. Oh, I know you're so far away. Making believe I'm talking to you. Wish you could hear what I say.
I'll Walk Alone from Follow the Boys, Dinah again.
But send your love and your kisses to guide me. Till you're walking beside me, I'll walk alone. Open myself, I'll walk.
Rio de Janeiro from Brazil, sung by Tito Gazar.
Down in Rio de Janeiro, someday Rio de Janeiro, night will remain so dream.
Long ago and far away, Rita Hayworth singing.
I dreamed a dream one day, and now that dream is here beside me. Long the skies were overcast, but now the cloud has passed. You're here at last.
Remember Me to Carolina, Benny Fields' first motion picture.
And tell her I'll never forget her wherever I roam.
Silver Shadows and Golden Dreams. Perlita dances on ice while the song is sung.
Tied with ribbons of song. Darling, what else could I ever ask?
saw a star carry moonbeams over the yard, and it's better off than you are. Or would you rather be a mule?
Too Much in Love from Song of the Open Road. Jackie Moran sings it.
I may wind up behind my dreams, but I'm too much in love to
Well, there they are, the 12 nominations. Now for the winner, here's Bob Hope at the mic.
Aren't they wonderful songs, huh? And then I wrote, say, and give me. And the winner? The winner is Swinging on a Star from Going My Way. Paramount. Johnny Burke and Jimmy Van Heusen. Johnny Burke or Jimmy Van Heusen here to grab the plaque. Huh? How about, is Barney Dean in the house? Joe System, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. That's wonderful. Boys will really get a kick out of that. Congratulations, Johnny Burke and Jimmy Van Heusen. Let's stop. Here we go. We'll now see the clips on cinematography. Cinematographers, those are the cameramen, most wonderful people in the business. I call them cinematic redcaps. They've taken care of plenty of bags for me. The film, gentlemen.
The work of the writer, the director, the producer, and the actor is brought to the screen by the cinematographer.
In this case, the cinematographer was nominated.
You would now be watching this.
At the blank screen.
The nominations for the award in black and white cinematography.
Scenes as selected by the nominees themselves are being shown as the names are being announced.
For Dragon Seed, Sidney Wagner. For Gaslight, Joseph Ruttenberg. For Going My Way, Lionel Linden. For Laura, Joseph Lachelle. For Lifeboat, Glenn McWilliams. For Since You Went Away, Stanley Cortez and Lee Garm. 30 Seconds Over Tokyo, Robert Surtees and Harold Rawson. For The Uninvited, Charles Lang. The White Cliffs of Dover, George Olsey. The nominations for the award in color cinematography. For Cover Girl, Rudy Mate and Alan M. Davies. Home in Indiana, Edward Kronjager. For Kismet, Charles Rocher. For Lady in the Dark, Ray Renahan. For Meet Me in St. Louis, George Olsey. And for Wilson, Leon Shamroy.
There are the nominations, all in. Down comes the microphone. Here comes Bob to the center of the stage.
And the names of the four winners. Four winners, is that right? For the best achievement in cinematography of a black and white production, Laura, 20th Century Fox. Joseph Lachelle. Joseph Lachelle here. For the best achievement in cinematography of a color production, Wilson, 20th Century Fox. Leon Shamroy, Buckley. Here's Joseph Lachelle, ladies and gentlemen, to receive his Oscar for black and white production. There you are. And congratulations very much, Joseph. Very swell. All right, fine. You can go right out there. Leon Shamroy. Anywhere. Oh, right off there. Last fellow went through there. We didn't find him for 3 days. What is it, a double thing? 4, I thought. No, just 2, huh? You're the man that knows. You should know. You, Mr. Price, or Mr. Waterhouse? Do you have anything to do with actually counting the votes? Huh? Do you need anything? You got gas tickets? Huh? Mr. Pepsidon? We come now to the Writing Award. An interesting award, ladies and gentlemen, as a man who writes his own stuff. All right, I do have a couple of writers. We're the only show in town that uses the Legion Stadium for a script room. And there's a rumor going around that I have 3 wits working for me. That's right, 6 writers and 3 wits. But let's take a look at the inside workings of the writing racket. Throw the film on, fellas. Watch this, please. Blank sheet of paper on the screen.
The writer. He is wearing the mantle of Shakespeare. It fits him loosely.
The sheet of paper has 1 line on it, apparently a writer, hard at work. But along come the powers that be in the film industry to change and change and change.
It lacks greatness. The executive producer contributes some suggestion. It has no bounce. The director has definite ideas. It doesn't move. The star.
Darling, I cannot learn this stuff.
We need a clever device. We need a gimmick. We need a fresh mind.
We need a new writer.
He and she, temporary, incomplete. Revised, temporary, incomplete.
A script comes out.
Temporary, complete.
Another script.
Final, complete.
Another script.
Final.
Another.
Final, complete. With all changes. The nominations for the Academy's Award to screenwriters this year are as follows.
For the best written screenplay, regardless of whether developed from published material or an original by some other writer or writers.
Double Indemnity. Screenplay by Billy Wilder and Raymond Chandler. Gaspar. Screenplay by John Van Bruten, Walter Reich, and John L. Balderston. Going My Way. Screenplay by Frank Butler and Frank Cabot. Laura. Screenplay by Jade Rattler, Samuel Hoffenstein, and Betty Reinhardt. VP in St. Louis. Screenplay by Irving Brecker and Fred F. Finkelhoff.
For the best original screenplay, the writer or writers of the screenplay must also have been the sole author or authors of the original.
Hail the Conquering Hero. Screenplay by Preston Sturges. The Miracle of Morgan's Creek. Screenplay by Preston Sturges. 2 Girls and a Sailor. Screenplay by Richard Connell and Gladys Lehman. Wilson. Screenplay by Lamar Trotty. Wing and a Prayer. Screenplay by Jerome Cady.
For the best original motion picture story.
Going My Way. Original story by Leo McCarran. A Guy Named Joe. Original story by Chandler Sprague and David Bone. Lifeboat. Original story by John Steinbeck. None Shall Escape. Original story by Alfred Neumann and Joseph Vann. The Sullivans. Original story by Edward Doherty and Jules Sherman.
Hugo Butler has been introduced to make the award.
Hugo Butler. Are you one of Frank Butler's boys? No? Isn't he one of the contestants? Small world. Rather. I have... Rob, don't leave me here. I want to get it. I'm very sorry. I'll let that stuff. This is the, Right, I forgot that I was the middleman here. You are?
Well, very happy to announce that for the best written screenplay, the winners are, for Going My Way, Frank Butler and Frank Cabot. For the best original screenplay, Wilson, 20th Century Fox, Lamar Trotter.
Will Mr. Butler and Mr. Cabot come up and get their stuff, huh?
And for the best original motion picture story, Going My Way, original story, Leo McCarey.
I hope they're not at the wrong theater. There comes Frank. Frank Butler right there. Mr. Cabot here. Leo McCarey. Come up, Leo boy. Are you accepting for Frank? No. Oh, I'm glad to see you. How you doing? All right, Bob. Mr. Cabot right here. There's your officer. Mr. Crotty, Lamar Crotty. Well, congratulations, gentlemen. Yes, sir. We'll next see scenes from the pictures nominated for Best Direction. Makes my mouth water to think I'd introduce this clip when I remembered. Let's try that again, Bob. Once more, Bob. Not enough passion, Bob. Too much passion, Bob. Tighten this chain, fellas. Then it occurred to me that a great director is a rather wonderful thing. The producers, the writers, the technicians are behind every piece of film. We actors are out in front, looking mighty big, but right in the middle of the celluloid, giving it pace and mood and believableness or fantasy is the director. Let's see the samples. The film, please.
Direction. First Double Indemnity, directed by Billy Wilder. Edward G. Robinson speaks.
Well, I've got 10 volumes on suicide alone. Suicide by race, by color, by occupation, by sex, by seasons of the year, by time of day. Suicide, how committed? By poisons, by firearms, by drowning, by leaks. Suicide by poison, subdivided by types of poison, such as corrosive, irritant, systemic, gaseous, narcotic, alkaloid, protein, and so forth. Suicide by leaks, subdivided by leaks from high places, under the wheels of trains, under the wheels of trucks, under the feet of horses, from steamboats. But, Mr. Norton, of all the cases on record, there's not one single case of suicide by leap from the rear end of a moving train.
Going My Way, directed by Leo McCarey. In this scene, Barry Fitzgerald is greeting his mother, whom he has not seen for many years, and whom his church co-workers have brought over from Ireland. The scene is noted for its artistry, its suspense, and its timing. He sees his mother. The scene is his mother now. He starts walking slowly toward her. His mother comes to greet him. They meet and embrace. Laura, directed by Otto Preminger. Gene Tierney is talking to Judith Anderson.
Matter, Laura? Oh, I guess I'm just nervous, that's all. So am I. Person suspects Shelby. Seems to suspect me, too. So do some of my friends. You? It's absurd. You could never do a thing like that. Shelby? Oh, I don't think he did it. But he's capable of it.
Here is an intensely dramatic scene from the equally intense picture Lifeboat. It was directed by Alfred Hitchcock. You can hear, I'm sure, the soundtrack in the background, although there is no dialogue in this particular scene. I think I can best identify it for those of you who saw Lifeboat by telling you that the scene is near the end of the picture after the German officer was taken aboard and in turn displayed a gun. A struggle followed, and the Nazi commander was thrown back into the sea. Henry Hull leans far over the side, strikes the German, then all the occupants slowly turn from the rail. Next is Wilson, directed by Henry King. the press room of the White House.
Just the usual routine.
He announces there's no news, then lays a paper on the desk telling us that President Wilson is to remarry. He leaves the desk. The letter is casually read, the note. There are the nominations. Here comes Bob. Now for the winner.
Looked like they found a place to get cigarettes or something. The award for best direction will be presented by a young fellow who has given us some of our finest moments on the screen. Also has been one of the very willing and able workers of the Academy, the vice president of the Directors Guild, who unfortunately didn't have time to dress tonight, so he's appearing in the role of Mr. Mervyn LeRoy.
For the best direction of the year, a great guy, a great director, Leo McCarey, for Going My Way.
He's coming. Leo? Leo? Listen, why don't you put skates on? This is wonderful. Congratulations. Mervyn?
They told me to only say thank you, so thank you.
So much talent. We will now see the nominations for the best picture of the year. Some of these are getting to be old friends by now. Let her roll. Let's have the film. Best picture.
For the best picture, this is, first, is Double Indemnity by Paramount, the scene between Fred McMurray and Barbara Stanton.
You want to knock him off, don't you?
That's a horrible thing to say.
What'd you think I was, anyway? The guy that walks into a good-looking dame's front parlor and says, "Good afternoon, I sell accident insurance on husband." The guy one that's been around too long, one you'd like to turn into a little hard cash? Just give me a smile and I'll have you collect? Boy, what a dope you must think I am.
I think you're right.
Gaslight, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, the scene between Charles Boyer and Ingrid Bergman.
Oh, I'm afraid the pin is not very strong.
No.
I'll have it mended. You better not wear it until I have. You might lose it. You know, you are inclined to lose things, Paula.
I am? No, I didn't realize that.
Oh, just little things.
Going My Way, Paramount, Bing Crosby and Barry Fitzgerald.
I'm sure there's a way to say what I'd like to say. Will occur to me after you've gone. We're separated by many years, Father O'Malley, which could be the reason why we haven't seen eye to eye in many instances. But though we've had many differences, we never differed in fundamentals. It was only in method.
But never in our heart.
Since You Went Away, Selznick, United Artists, the scene between Jennifer Jones, Claudette Colbert.
No, dear, it said he died in action at Salerno.
Oh, it couldn't be. It couldn't be. It could be a mistake, couldn't it, Mother? I've heard that sometimes you get the names mixed up.
No, honey, you mustn't fool yourself. That would be the worst thing of all. It's not as hard and cruel as it is.
These are the nominees for the Best Motion Picture of the year. This is Wilson, 20th Century Fox, with Alexander Knox. The picture is a great hall in the White House. A lone figure stands in the tremendous room. In this suspenseful scene, Knox looks to Lincoln, his idol and predecessor in the White House, for guidance as he debates the obligations of the president. There are the 5 nominees. Now the winner.
The award for the best picture of the year would be presented by Mr. Hal Wallace, the winner of the Thalberg Award last year. Mr. Hal Wallace.
It gives me particular pleasure to announce the winner. Paramount's going my way.
Hello, folks.
Salam to Leo McCary. They all line up for pictures.
Wonderful. You're so casual grabbing that stuff. You think you're holding a ukulele, don't you? I don't know. You're watching that side. They'll polish it for you on the way out. That's my man, Buddy Boy. Now, where are we here? This industry is the butt of a lot of jokes, is responsible for a lot of foolishness, but it has, thank God, produced some great men. One of them was a man who, because he dreamed better pictures than had been made before his time, carried forward the standard of the industry. Better pictures, always better pictures. He was an originator, a great showman, and an artist. His name was Irving Thalberg. The next award is the Irving Thalberg Award, presented by Miss Norma Shear.
Carry on the ideals represented by Irving G. Thalberg is the privilege of the Academy in sponsoring this award. It is given each year for the most consistent, high quality of production achievement by an individual producer, based on pictures he has personally produced during the preceding year. The Board of Governors of the Academy determines the recipient of this award. I feel it is a great privilege and a great honor to present this award this year.
I'm sure you can hear the envelope being opened.
I know you'll all be very happy to hear that the Thalberg Award goes to Mr. Darrell F. Zanuck. Dear Darrell, it is not only we of the Academy, but of the whole motion picture industry that are so deeply proud and deeply grateful to you for your moving and wonderful production of Wilson. And I give you this with my blessings and congratulations.
Thank you very, very much, Norma. I'm deeply grateful. And in accepting this award, I should like to accept it for all of my fellow workers at 20th Century Fox, and more particularly for 6 individuals that I worked very closely with during the year. To Louis Milestone and Jerome Cady, who worked on The Purple Heart. To George Fuker and Moss Hart on Winged Victory. And to Henry King and Lamar Crotty on Wilson. Thank you.
It was the unanimous resolution of the Academy this year to present a special award, a very special award in the field of acting, to a fine and competent actress who has given us all a very unique and particular pleasure. Will Miss Margaret O'Brien come up on the stage? There she comes. There she comes. Here comes a lot of talent right here. How are you, Margaret? Glad to see you. Get around here, darling. You know those tricks. I've seen you, dear. Margaret,
Oscarette goes to you as the Outstanding Child Actress of 1944. It is a very small statuette market for some very big performances. May it be the first of many.
Thank you so much. I really don't know what to say.
She's just ad-libbing till some brilliant thing falls out. Sneak it. That's all. Wonderful, darling. Might as well take that, too. You sure will. All right, darling. Huh? What are you making, an album, fellas? What are you doing?
Bob picks up Margaret now.
Would you hurry up and grow, please? Would you? Isn't that wonderful? What an honest little face. Makes you think of every fowl you've ever stolen. Look at that. There you go, darling. Goodbye. Goodbye. Margaret. Margaret O'Brien. Here, darling. Would you come up again, please, honey? They have some newsreels they want you to whip up. Right there. You go off there. You're welcome, honey. Yes, sir. Isn't that amazing? You know, my kids are pretty... Come on. Tell us. Talk to me, boy. I turned into a sissy. It's, the Blue Network. Where'd you go?
I'm having trouble with the PA system.
Where did you go, Blue? The Blue. We come now to the nominations.
Drop this strip. Glaring at the mic.
What will they think in Des Moines? We come now to the nominations for the best performance by an actor in a supporting role. My relatives are giving me an Oscar for being the best supporting player. We like it down here in front, don't we? But here's the film, the best supporting player.
Best supporting actor, Hume Cronum, in The Seventh Cross, number 1.
Cameron? No. Balderman? No. Holler? Went on like that all morning. I burnt myself. Don't tell Weasel. Well, I picked Fiedler.
Barry Fitzgerald in Going My Way.
With a degree of abstinence, it becomes mechanical. I get a little behind during Lent, but it comes out even at Christmas.
Claude Rains in a scene with Betty Davis from Mr. Stuffington.
Mustn't think too harshly of my secretaries. They were very kind and understanding when I came to the office after a hard day at home. Well, what did you expect? Do you think I ever would have looked at another woman if I'd received one grain of affection from you? You wouldn't allow a dog in the house. Because you didn't need one with me around. I was petted, admired, but never loved.
Clifton Webb in a scene with Dana Andrews from Laura.
Strike me that you're acting very strangely. Ain't you funny you don't come here like a suitor with roses and a box of candy? Drugstore candy, of course. Have you ever dreamed of Laura as your wife? By your side at the policeman's ball? Or in the bleachers? Or listening to the heroic story of how you got a silver shin bone from a gun battle with a gangster?
Monty Woolley in a scene with Robert Walker from Since You Went Away.
Advertise these things. There's no need for any pretense of affection between us. You paid your courtesy call. You may drop me a line with your address. And if you have any affairs that require attention, I shall have my lawyers look after them.
There are the 5 nominations for the Best Supporting Actor.
Mr. Charles Coburn, winner of last year's award for supporting actor, will present the award. Mr. Coburn.
I'll do this the hard way. They're pretty tough, aren't they? Mr. Barry Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald is marching down center aisle. Up the steps, to be greeted by Bob.
You want this? Barry, if Going My Way had been presented last year, I wouldn't have had the pleasure and privilege of presenting you with this award this year. But it's nice for us young fellas to see you old fellas get something once in a while. You know, in the Bible somewhere it says it's far more blessed to give than to receive. So I'm in that very happy position tonight. And if I were not Charles Coburn, I would like to be Barry Fitzgerald.
Thank you very much. I'm told we're not to make speeches, so I give you my sincere thanks.
That was Barry Fitzgerald.
We come now to the nominations for the best performance by an actress in a supporting role. The film, gentlemen.
Best supporting actress. First, Ethel Barrymore in None But the Lonely Heart. This is the prison hospital deathbed scene. I'm sure you'll remember that.
I'm a nice girl. Look out, yes, a good girl. Something steady. Nothing cheap. Her head on her shoulders. Love me, son. Disgraced you.
Jennifer Jones in Since You Went Away. Her sweetheart is played by Robert Walker. He's on a moving train going to war.
Bye, darling. Oh, Phil, I'll keep it with me all the time. Go on, darling. Bye. Take care of yourself. Phil! Phil! Bye, Phil. Bye, darling. Bye, darling. I love you. I love you, darling. Bye.
Angela Lansbury in a scene with Charles Boyer from Gaslight.
What are you going to the musical with?
Gentlemen friends, sir?
Oh, now you know Nancy, don't you? That gentlemen's friends are sometimes inclined to take liberties with young ladies.
Oh, no, sir. Not with me. I can take care of myself. When I want to.
The fourth nomination, Aileen McMahon in Dragon Sea.
So I can see it. Oh, my little Miss Dumpling. Oh, how firm it is his body. And his hair like black silk. He's exactly as I thought he would be. Oh, you can bring him back to me. I knew. I could not have lived. Night after night I been holding him like this.
Agnes Moorehead in the scene with Greer Garson from Mrs. Parkington.
He's a fool.
And to remain a force, he must impress society. And what is more impressive than a beautiful woman, huh? Now, what do you want us to do? The fortunes of other women? Oh, no, he couldn't do that. He's married to me.
Five nominees, Ethel Barrymore, Jennifer Jones, Angela Lansbury, Aileen McMahon, and Agnes Moorehead.
The award was presented by Miss Teresa Wright, a former winner of this award. Miss Teresa Wright.
Teresa Wright steps from behind the curtain, takes the envelope and opens it.
Award for the best performance by an actress in a supporting role, Ethel Barrymore in None But the Lonely Heart.
He was received by Mr. Charles Kerner of RKO. Mr. Charles Kerner of RKO receiving from Miss Ethel Barrymore.
On behalf of Miss Barrymore,
Let's get some
sincere thanks.
It's an Oscar, Charles, please. Besides, he's married, I know. We now on to the nominations for the Best Act of the Year. And if you'll excuse me, I'm too excited to make any jokes. Go ahead, hurry up.
The Best Actor. First, Charles Boyer in a scene with Ingrid Bergman, Gaslight. The first nominee.
It's worse than lying. You forgot. You've forgotten him as you forget everything. But perhaps I'm wrong to try to handle this myself. The case is one for people who know about those things. Paula, we shall have visitors. And shortly. Doctor. 2. I believe 2 is the required number.
Bing Crosby and Going My Way. Bing seated at the piano and gets a big hand.
Used to write a bit at the school. Had a little band. Used to play for the school dances. O'Malley Doyle. You know, at one time I had quite a decision to make. Whether to write the nation's songs or go my way.
Barry Fitzgerald and Going My Way, speaking to Bing, who is out of the camera's range.
Charlie congratulated me on the 45 years in St. Dominic's. He is a remarkable man. He said it was a monument to the fact that I had built it.
Cary Grant in a scene with George Caloris from None But the Lonely Heart.
You know, Al, what's most of them floating around in here, eh? Pick them. Hurry, Worry, and Scully to make a bit of brass. Right? Right. Well, what's your kind, Mr. Mordennoy? Willful and deceitful. Take what you want. Right? Right.
Alexander Knox in a scene from Wilson.
Won't you Germans ever be civilized? Won't you ever learn to keep your word? Or to regard other peoples as men, women, and children of flesh and blood, and not as inferiors to be treated as you see fit, all in the name of your discredited German culture and race superiority? I wish to tell we are not exactly fools.
The nominees, Charles Boyer, Bing Crosby, Barry Fitzgerald, Cary Grant, Alexander Knox.
The Oscar for the Best Actor of the Year will be presented by Gary Cooper, a former winner of this award. Mr. Gary Cooper.
Steps out from behind the screen, gets a nice hand.
Thank you.
Takes the envelope, now opening it.
What makes one nervous about this? The winner for the Best Acting Performance in 1944 is the one and only Bing Crosby.
Listen to that crowd. Shake hands with Bob, then goes over to Gary.
Lay that on me.
They forgot the Oscar. Gary comes back, grabs it, gives it to Bing.
I thought it was backstage.
Thank you very much.
And this goes with it.
That's embarrassing enough.
Thanks very much, Gary.
I forgot they were still making these.
Wait, Gary, wait.
I don't know why I should get more confused than you are.
I'm not confused. I'm surprised. I'm amazed.
Photographers now are shooting pictures right and left. Thousands of them down there. They're shaking hands now. This is a field day for Going My Way. Crosby, Fitzgerald, and anyone who had anything to do with it.
So long, Gary. Good luck. Well, we're not allowed to make any speeches, but
You better say something, brother.
anything to say except there's a lot spoken recently, and
just like you rehearsed it.
Bob is marching back and
a
forth.
lot said about the equality of opportunity in these United States, and you're certainly witnessing a practical demonstration of it in me receiving this award. Because if Leo McCarey can take a broken-down crooner like me and take me by the hand and lead me through a picture so deftly that I come up with this happy crockery here, well, there's a chance for anyone. All you have to do is get Leo McCarey, I guess. Now, if he can just find me a horse to win the Kentucky Derby, it'll be the greatest parlay in history.
kid. Now I know how Dewey felt. I can't imagine him winning the award for the best actor. Isn't that wonderful? This is as big a surprise to me as Goldwyn lecturing at Oxford. But I expected him to do very good. He's got 6 votes right in his own family, you know. Here we go for the grand final attraction, the nominations for the best actress. Let's have it, the film.
The best actress. First, Ingrid Bergman in a scene with Charles Boyer from Gaslight. The best performance by an actress.
If it was I who took that picture down. If it was I who took it down the other times. If I do all these meaningless things. And then I don't know what I do anymore.
Claudette Colbert in a scene from Since You Went Away, the telephone scene. Then she runs upstairs to tell the children that their father, whom they believe killed, is coming home.
What was that? No, yes. Yes. Oh, yes, Mary. Yes, please. Yes,
Here's a scene from Mr. Skeffington. Betty Davis, lying in bed, picks up a mirror.
Do I look puffy yet?
You look beautiful, Betty.
Soon I'll be all swollen and puffy and ugly. I don't want anybody to see me like that. I couldn't bear it.
Greer Garson in a scene with Walter Pidgeon from Mrs. Parkinson. They're reviewing their life together.
Now, darling, our world is going smart. Herbert gone. Alice married. Now Daisy's leaving us.
Could I ever leave you?
Well, could you?
Barbara Stanwyck in Double Indemnity. She's driving in her car.
What are you doing there?
Automobile radio has just announced that the police have discovered the man she helped to kill. Barbara Stanwyck doesn't speak. 5 nominees: Ingrid Bergman, Claudette Colbert, Betty Davis, Greer Garson, Barbara Stanwyck. Bob.
Miss Jennifer Jones, last year's winner, will present the award for the best actress. Miss Jennifer Jones.
Now the great moment, the best performance by an actress, Miss Ingrid Bergman. Congratulations, Ingrid. Your artistry has won our votes, and your graciousness has won our hearts.
Hold it. Boxes hold it. They start shooting pictures all over again.
From all my co-workers and at my own studio, I have received so much friendship, and I've had so much encouragement. And I've never been happier in my work than here in Hollywood. And I thank you very much for my Oscar. And I thank you particularly because I'm now working in a picture with Leo McCarey and Bing Crosby, and I'm afraid they wouldn't recognize me tomorrow if I didn't have an Oscar.
Thank you, Miss Jennifer Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's been a grand evening, and I just want to say before we close that the idea of presenting the excerpts from the film of the nominees was the idea of that grand guy, the late Mark Sandrich.
And I'm sure that he would have enjoyed this production tonight.